So let me welcome you. My name is Greg. I'm part of the EYL family. We've been doing book club for quite a while now. Probably the first club that's part of the EYL family. Let me officially welcome you to this beautiful Sunday. I am coming to you from New York, where we are freshly upon a new fall season. The chill in the air is alarming, but it's like that every time the weather changes. So I hope wherever you're at, you're safe, and that you're also enjoying yourselves, enjoying this time of year. My favorite time of year is spring, but I will take the fall over the winter. But with that said, welcome to book club. Book club is this awesome, amazing experience where we delve through books and documentaries and movies, and we have an in-depth conversation centered in that book or the topic of the topic of discussion within that book. And so there are theses, there are plots, there are things that we uncover in great detail through this experience, and some of it's actually, a lot of it is very transformative work. Oh, I see my brother Fabian. What's happening, bro? What's happening? Good to see you, man. I just had to shout you out. So if this is your first time in book club, welcome. This is an experience like no other. Trust me, we start with a topic, and then the conversation just shifts as the just as the discussion shifts, and we want to honor that. We want to honor and respect your time. We want to honor and respect your opinion and insight. I'm just trying to be a guide as to how the conversation goes. But there is some great work that's being done by everyone here, and so you are a wealth of knowledge because you have experiences, and these shared experiences will definitely cultivate a deeper desire to learn more. We have been journeying through several topics of discussion. This latest one that we've been in has been very personal because it has to do with debt, student loan debt, but very informative and impactful because there are some practical solutions and things that we can do to not only change our predicament from a structural standpoint, but also from a mindset standpoint. But before we kind of get deep into the conversations and the things that are coming, if this is your first time here or your second time here, please put a 1 in the chat so that we can recognize you and honor you. You could have been anywhere this Sunday, but you decided to be with us. And so we want to make sure that we honor you and recognize you for being here. Welcome, 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 welcome. So whoever's in the chat, if you're in the chat, please welcome our brothers and sisters who are here. It's dope to have you. Dope to be a part of this session with you. So if you haven't already done so, please go check out our website. It creates the outline and the flow of what we do here at our book and movie club. And we'll be referring to it in a moment. But I want to open up where we're going at this time, because next week we have a special session planned out. This week's reading, and the reading actually for this month, is going to be centered closing the racial wealth gap. And so there's a natural transition that we should be able to see the connection from the student loan debt crisis to closing the racial wealth gap, because together these issues are one and the same for our community. And I'll kind of touch on that a little bit later, why it's important that we talk about them together. But just a preview of that is just that we know that when the institutions or the government or political powers attempt to try to solve a issue with one step approach or one size fit all solution, we know that we typically have and historically have been left out of the impact of those solutions. And so it is incumbent upon us, it is imperative of us, it is a priority of ours to make sure that we make our impact, the issues that are faced with, the focal point of much of loan forgiveness, reparations, debt, measures to alleviate of debt in this society. So there's a wide range of topics related to this topic. Some of it we definitely will cover, but I want to make sure that you understand. If you haven't picked up the book, I'm going to tell you now, you have to. Not for my sake, not for book club's sake, but for your own sake. As I was reading and actually had a conversation with the author, it was moving and telling, and I do not want anyone to just look at this book. We don't actually have enough time to cover all the beautiful and awesome things that are covered in this book. I wish we did, but we're going to have a great session with the author Eugene Mitchell about his work and this book that he wrote. It is going to be amazing. In fact, what I'll do is I'm going to, let me show a clip. Let me just get you kind of in the mind frame and mindset of who is coming and why we should be listening. So I'm going to share my screen for a moment, and then we're going to get right in. We're going to get right in there. Y'all going to work with me here. Can y'all hear the sound? Put a thumbs up if you can hear the sound. No, you can't? All right, don't worry about it. I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna get it right. I got to get right. So let's do this. Sure. I'm going to get right. Give me 1 second. I'm going to get there. Okay. Let me step back and do this. Stop for a moment, and then I'm going to just open it up. I apologize for the delay, but I'm going to get it. I'm going to make sure we get it right for this session. And if we don't get the picture, don't worry about it. You'll get the sound and you get the just sound. We'll definitely present our brother who's going to bring this powerful message to us. Let me share this.
We start thinking about and taking stock of what we have and appreciating it more. Because from that, we should start raising our expectations for ourselves and our family. We got to figure out how to move our money, millions individually, billions collectively, to empowering our community. This is about being conscious of where we spend our money, about who we spend it with and what we spend it on. It's time that we start making that income, protecting it, building it, leveraging it, and passing it on for the next generation. Let's change the financial future of Black America together. Good afternoon, BME community. I'm so excited to be here with you tonight. I am Eugene Mitchell, and for the last 16 years, I've been a corporate executive leading 1,200 Black financial advisors around the country. I also want to note that prior to this job, I was a corrections officer for 4 years in Miami. The reason I start here is because through these experiences, I've become an extremely passionate advocate for legacy creation and wealth building in the Black community. I am all about financial literacy and making a difference, economic empowerment. As mentioned, I've now become called the man with the $50 billion plan. And that's because over the last 6 years, I myself and my team and those 1,200 Black agents have been on a charge to change what we started off as a vision into a mission to become a movement to create $50 billion of tax-free future income for the Black community. And what's most important for us in that is that it becomes sustainable and generational. You guys got me on that? And so for me tonight, I just want to touch on just a few secrets, financial secrets that I've realized that many of us in the Black community have not been taught, right? I'm going to ask you that you take on these concepts for yourself, and I ask that you join the movement to create $50 billion to change the financial future of our community. To get going, I want to acknowledge and say that I've been touched, moved, and inspired over this past several years by the Black Lives movement, Black Lives Matter movement. And that, you know, as much as I agree that our lives matter, I think it's time that we move this conversation onto a deeper level. What I mean by that is that I ask that we take on and understand what a Black life is worth, okay? Because Black lives matter, but what's a Black life worth? Because when we don't know what we're worth to ourselves and those around us, we're probably gonna not make the best decisions. And we're not gonna have the highest expectations. You guys got where I'm going?